If you're watching this video on launch, we're live right now. We're Helldivers 2, spreading some managed democracy. Link in the description and as a pinned comment. Okay, then Helldivers, loads to go through today. We have got a lot to look at as a certain planet has now been taken and we've got a new Galactic War update to move you along to another place cycle. So we're going to dive on into that today, as well as a brand new poll hit up in the Helldivers 2 official Discord, which is revolving around Ragdolling. And we finally met the face of Eagle 1. And yeah, this is a good video. If you haven't already, smash that beautiful blue thumbs up and subscribe with post notifications turned on. It'd be greatly appreciated. And on top of that, check out our sponsor, Instant Gaming, the platform where you can buy your video games cheaper for PC and consoles with the best deals, offers, promotions, and discounts. Head down to the description, click the link, and get your games a little bit cheaper today. It's a no-brainer. With that being said, let's see what's happening inside of Helldivers 2. So starting off on the Galactic War table, we have got a lot going on. As we can see right here, there is so much to take a look at. We have got around 28,000 Helldivers diving at the moment, with the overlook on the major order being at around 1 day remaining. We have now officially taken Shelt and the community are so damn happy about it. We are now making our move over to Imba, so you guys can obviously go ahead and partake in that one, which is going to secure our placement for the DSS construction site on Helldivers. And over on the Bugs sector, in the Jin Z sector, we can see that we are making decent moves towards everything right now. The only thing we've got to worry about is the next 22 hours with touring. This right here is the planet that we need to hold during this major order. We have obviously got 22 hours remaining on this defense, and we have got 1 day remaining on the major order. So this is our final push to make sure that we secure it. So head over to touring and do your part for democracy, and let's get this major order completed so that we can officially have the high efficiency E710 warp drives to fit the DSS. This is going to be a big one, and we'll be moving into the next main operation for the DSS construction, which will mean that we're only a couple phases away. This is going to be damn well interesting, and hopefully they keep this thing going and we can get the DSS construction site finished so that it's not so vulnerable anymore. Now, moving into the main factors of the Helldivers 2 Discord, Twinbeard has posted up a new poll, which is an interesting one, that's for sure. It states, how do you feel about Ragdolling and Helldivers 2 at the moment? Now, for me, this is a huge one. I play a lot on the bots at the moment, with obviously the main Helldivers DSS construction site being in place. I want to make sure that I do my part for democracy and securing that narrative. But the Ragdolling is absolutely ridiculous. I am still really overwhelmed by it. You can have some serious issues, mainly with the devastators and stuff like that, but we also have problems with just exploring the terrain. This right here is the results of the overall poll, and apparently 39% of you guys saying it's a bit too much at times, although I think that realistically it's fine when you're playing the bugs, but it's a little bit overwhelming and not so great when you're playing the bots. So I don't really know why it is only 12,000 people have voted at 15% for that piece right there. Nonetheless though, that's what we've got the outcome as. But what is the biggest problem? Well, actually, the Ragdolling seems to stem across absolutely every aspect of the game. Not only are you guys bouncing around when being shot by automatons, but you can literally ragdoll from diving onto a bumpy terrain. This one right here is a Reddit post that went up, and a lot of people are definitely agreeing with it. It says, yes, rocket and turret and spewer mortars and impaler ragdolls are annoying, but those are the least kind of understandable. But for the F's sake, if your diver dives wrong and trips on a rock, you get sent into a ragdolling state for the next 2 seconds. Even more if you're unlucky and ragdoll down a slope. This, in my opinion, is sometimes even more frustrating than the explosion ragdolls, and I would 100% agree with this. As to why it's not got more upvotes, I don't know. But make sure if you do agree with it, then go and upvote it. The link's in the description and the source material at the bottom. And this seems to be the biggest problem right now for me. I think that most of the game is relatively balanced and everything seems to be in a really good shape, but this one thing just does my nut in. Now, unfortunately, we've not had any new renditions for capes, but over recent days, we've had conversations conversations about new inspired capes, and somebody actually really materialized, and this is getting a lot more graphical now as to what some of these capes could look like. This Reddit post received 8.4 thousand upvotes with some really cool looking capes and some ponchos. For me, the favorite one is the fur around the collar. I don't know why, it just gives it some cool bloody vibes and I absolutely love it. Let me know what your favorite one is down in the comment section, but if we keep posting up about this sort of stuff, you never know, it may actually make its way to the game. And next up, we have had images after images after images and design concepts of what Eagle One actually looks like. Well, here is our angel, as it states, watching over us from the heavens. The voice of Eagle One giving us the goods, and she is exactly what you would kind of expect her to look like, because realistically these sorts of things don't normally have a face behind it, but now we know who it is that's talking to us with that ASMR style voice up above. I'll leave that one to you guys. Nonetheless, something that we want to see materialize and something that all of us are hoping comes very soon is a movement for the samples. This Reddit post received 4,100 upvotes, and it states right here, are they planning to increase the capacity of each sample? I think it will get even harder to upgrade the ship modules. They will require a lot more samples, and yes, this is going to be a thing that they will definitely need to do. We know full well that we are going to have a new system in play to be able to use these samples inside of our Super Destroyer for some other reason. The samples aren't just going to be for the main ship upgrades. There should be use for them in some way or another, and it's going to be an interesting one, but yet right now there is no final product for what that's actually going to look like. And a 15,000 upvote post for General Brash. That's right, someone animated a short featuring lore accurate General Brash, and this was absolutely incredible. I absolutely love this. The Super Earth Ministry of Truth announcement shows exactly what he would look like, and it's such an interesting feature. I think it was absolutely incredible, so make sure you go and show it some love if you haven't already. General Brash will definitely appreciate it. And going into your top comments, we had some really interesting ones actually on the last video, and you guys, if you want to get yourself featured in the next one, make sure you hit the comment section and put something that's relative, and you may well get the most upvoted comments on the comment section. But this first one right here is coming from Scourge. Yet again, he's featured a few times just recently, saying, for anyone looking at the PS5 Pro, don't do it, it's robbery. You can get better performance and graphics from a standard PS5, save your money and put it towards a PC. Now, the reason that was mentioned is because the main question coming from a lot of people in the community was if we're going to get the graphical update with the PS5 Pro. It is a bit of a waste of money, and everybody seems to agree. With a bit of creative spending and some self-building knowledge, you can actually come up with something a lot better than the PlayStation 5 Pro using the money at hand. It's definitely not a cheap feature, but nonetheless, we move forward. This next one right here states, imagine how cool it'll be if they style the actual ship for Christmas and Halloween. I think it'd be a great idea. Now, unfortunately, we've already had confirmation from the development team that they are not going to be having any event style candidates inside of the game. Therefore, events that we celebrate as human beings, such as Christmas, Halloween, Easter, all of that jazz, we're not going to have those holiday events, but they do want to make sure that they have holiday events that are relative to the in-game story, such as Liberty Day, which is why everybody has been speaking about that just recently. So unfortunately, there is no ghouly Halloween decorations or any joyful Christmas decorations going to be going up in your Super Destroyer at any time soon. And this next comment states, really do hope the squids will be here soon, but won't be holding my breath. Better to get it right than drop it half-baked, though it's been so long already. And I can completely agree. We're on like 7-8 months now of this game being live, and we've seen so much of the Illuminate, we may as well have been up against them already. I think that it's one of those where this new faction needs to come into play at some stage or another, because the bots and the bugs, as much as they are fun, they do get quite dreary, and we're not getting enough new main enemies inside of those two factions to be able to quench that thirst for new content. That's my personal opinion. Let me know yours via the comment section below. Thank you so much again for watching, guys. If you haven't already, smash the like button, subscribe, post notifications turned on. Appreciate your faces, and I'll see you in the clouds.